Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. In this video, we are going to discuss with you about the types of errors. A programmer must know the one who is busy in the development work and developing the solutions, he must know there are so many errors and which he must be watchful about. So some errors are syntax errors. That's fine. There you will get a debug error and due to and mentioning that the syntax is not correct or something like. Some errors are logical errors for which you might not get an alert, but since the sequence of the steps are not proper, so causing it is a virtual error, and that is very, very alarming and very dangerous. One should be very watchful for the logical errors. Yeah, so that cause an impact, adverse impact on the credibility of the system which you are developing. So the logical errors do not generally cause a syntax or an error message or an exception unless they are found by the users or by those who are running your system. mm, Maybe you yourself or maybe the user which are involved in the testing of the frame. So they see that some logical error causing some errors, right? So I'm going to show you an example of the logical error here. For example, uh, yeah, in the purchase order, you see, which we have, and this is our $200 uh, shipment fees, and it's the breakup. And suppose, and we have opened the two. One has the logical error, and the other is this dialog box is our today's in which we corrected the error in that. Okay. So what we do that we first of all show you our previous lesson to show you that how that error causes and without any error message, but there is an error, right? So let's go to the number 14, purchase order number 14, and we have this 14. For example, this is the uh, shipment fees, right? So this, and if you happen to insert a row, for example, in here, right? It is working fine that it inserts the row, right? So we insert by pressing 3 in here. So it inserted the row, right? Fair enough, right? Okay. Now you got to save it, right? Once you save it, what happens? It saved it. It saved it. Now, if you get back to uh, the shipment fees again, for example, and you see the row which you inserted was not updated, although you have saved it. It was not updated. So this is the logical error because the logic which was done that it was calculating if the amount was 200, right? Uh, if it's less than 200, pass and uh, adjusting entry, etc. That was being posted on that. Since there was no amount, no problem with the amount, so no changes were made. Although you wanted a blank row to be inserted in here, right? And it is not found there, right? So this is an error. The changes which you have made should have been saved, right? So let's see why did it happen. Huh? Why did it happen? So let's see. So this is our new program. We would like to go to this one in which is our previous one, which has the arrow, right? So so we have changed, we have made a change. You know, I straight away go to the where which we have made the changes, right? Let's close it so that you can see it, that where is the problem, right? So we go to this is our uh, current file, and here, and when we save it, hmm, when we save it, and yeah, this is where we save it, right? Okay, so it goes to the reconcile one, right? So we put a breakpoint in here so that you can see it, what is it happening. Whereas, um, so I think I should show you in our previous file. Let's get back to the previous lesson. This is our previous lesson, right? Okay, so this is making the problem. So uh, to figure out what is the problem, let's go to the Visual Basic Editor, and let's go to the purchase order. In the purchase order, we have this save button, and in here we have the problem, right? When we when we say yes, save it, why didn't it save? Hmm? So it will stop and it will show you what it is doing, right? So let's run this program again, the old one, which has the logical error. So we go to order number 14, and in the 14, we double click in here. Right. So first of all, we make a insertion. huh? Let's insert the form. We have made an insertion. The insertion is there, but when we save it, it is not saved. So as soon we click this button, it is going to get the breakpoint, and there it will allow us to show, to see what's happening wrong, what's wrong in that, right? Okay, so it asks that will you want to save it? Yes, and when you say yes, the dead book is this, and this is now going to perform the reconciliation, and there is the problem. So during the reconciliation, where it is saving here. hmm? And this command is not being encountered in this case because the balance is 0. Since the balance is not equal to 0, it would save. When balance is 0, it is 0. So the saving was not encountered, and is straight away or skips this saving. So the logic error is that we got to do what? We got to move these two commands from this to here, there, so that either the balance is 0 or not 0. The saving has to be performed, and this is going to address the issue, and this problem will be solved, right? Because this saving was being skipped, and this is what we say it was a logical error, right? So let's close it, and we close this file as well. We say don't save, okay? enough. And we go to our current program and we show you that the logical error has been cleared in here. Let's close this 206, 225. This was previous file. We don't save it, okay, because it has an error so that we can keep a record of it. Now, this is the lesson number. This is the latest. This is adjusted and this is working fine. Okay. So, let's go to the purchase order. This is our corrected file in which it is going to save plus F1, all right? And we go to the $200 entry, yeah? And it is going to, hang on, yeah? Okay, it is going to share. Now let's insert a file, insert a blank row in it, right? So this will enable the saving. Now, as soon as you save it, it is going to stop and it is going to show you what it is doing. Okay, so this is here what we have done, that the saving has been ejected out from this balance, right? So we put up, stop here and run it. So the balance is 0 and it is not going to perform all these things, and it is going to straight away save this file and updating it. That's it, right? If you double click here, okay, so what happened? You have to clear all the breakpoints so that it does not disturb you. Clear all breakpoints and run it, right? So now we went to the taxes, for example, and get back to the shipment fees again, and we see the inserted file is retained. Yeah. Previously, it was not being saved. Now it is being saved and it is working, right? So this was the logical error, which we have to be watchful for the logical errors, right? So I recommend you to go to this description of all the 7 most common types of errors you have in the programming. The this is very well written by Top Osborne, and it has rightly classified. The first is syntax error. You are used to of these syntax error, right? And later on, the other types are mentioned in here. Yeah, the second is logical error. Yeah, the logical error can be the hardest to track down. So you have to put a lot of effort. So the famous example, yeah, is given in here. And the third is compilation error, right? When you have a compiler in between your um, development and production, of your deployment of server. So you need to compile it, make an executable, right? So the compiler gives you some compilation errors. So those have to be also the runtime error, right? There are certain things which are occurring at the time when the system is being executed. The code might work properly, means on your machine, but on the web server, where or there might be a different configuration. So there can be so many reasons for the runtime and arithmetic error. Yeah, sometimes some arithmetical error, division by 0 or other things. These can occur. And the resources, certain resources may become inaccessible somewhere, so that is called the, and the interfacing mm, can be, if you are using multi-interface and API, such a thing. So they also have uh, to be watched so that the interfaces are working properly. Uh, this is very nicely written that the errors are inevitable. Means this is it's a good article. Please do read it, and you will enjoy it, and this will increase your knowledge, and you will appreciate it how nicely this has been kept, presented. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and see you in our next video.